Hello everyone, this is T567 back in the episode of Flower Summer. Oh boy. I'll do the president's job. I haven't felt Shirahani's pain. This isn't out of kindness or anything. However... Hey, we're in the middle of class here. The appearance of an emotion I don't really understand brings me to stop Takasaki. Since when did you care about that? Is it that strange? Sister Basquet does a lot for me. I don't want to cause trouble for her. Her doll-like features contort into a smile, or at least they seem to. But... Hey, I just fancy a chat with this Mayuri girl. Woof. Ignoring my attempt to stop her, she questioned Shirahane again. That's enough. A quiet but decisive voice emanates out from behind Takasaki. We're in class, Takasaki-san. Yes, we are. You should be listening to the teacher like a good girl. Words make it quite clear that she's taking no notice, but the president gives her an uncharacteristically angry glare. We're in class. We includes you. Save your chatter for later. You're a strange one. Oh, perhaps this is the sort of topic I shouldn't be bringing up. Yeah, she finally gets it. Is she deceased? Her disappearance, the simple fact of not being able to see her again, has a simple implication, but... The president balls her hands up into fists to hold back her rage as an angry flush works its way up her neck. Oh, judging by that look... She dropped out. I see. Why didn't you say so sooner? Ignoring Hanabishi's glare, Takasaki turns her annoyed gaze back to Shirahane. You're being so weird about it. She just dropped out. She mutters this like it's nothing. Stab and a twist! You're right. Shirahane purses her lips, tears welling up in her eyes. She tries to hold them back, but unable to stem the swell of emotion, she's left helpless as a single tear leaks down from her eye and makes her way down her cheek. Take that back. What? I said take that back! She's no longer making any effort to lower her voice, and her shouting interrupts Sister Basquet's lecture. All eyes in the class turn to us. Shirahane's crying and Hanabishi's mad, and Takasaki... It must be oblivious to everyone... It must be obvious to everyone what's happened. Hanabishi glaring particularly over Shirahane is a picture of righteousness. Naturally, our classmates' reproachful stares fall on Takasaki.
こっちはこっちでわかりやすいしな。
At least it's obvious to me what's going on. She's probably just confused, but the way she narrows her eyes as she looks at Habishi makes it seem like she's glaring right back. If that's how it looks to me, our classmates will surely take it the same way.
何かあったのかしら?
Is something the matter? Since the best way addresses the two of them, her expression as none like as ever. Needless to say, though, she's getting nothing from Takasaki, and Habishi's too emotional to speak up.
八重垣さん
Mishigaki? Uh-oh. The best way pushes me for an explanation. Oof. Hard choice. Telling Takasaki doesn't know anything because she's new here, but technically, we are Suo's bookworm buddy and best friend. Accountability? Kindness. Accountability, kindness. Hard choices. I'll give it a fair.
高崎が歌ったアベマリアからクラスで誰が一番歌がうまいかって話になりまして。
Since Takasaki sang the Ave Maria, we were talking about who the best singer in class is.
ええ、それで
Yes, and?
話の流れから聖母祭での高坂の話になったんです。
One thing led to another, and Kosaka's performance at the Festival of the Assumption came up. Nibesque makes a pained expression. She seems to have guessed the gist of it from what I've said so far.
高崎は高坂のことを知らなかったので、高坂の話を白羽に尋ねて、それで。
Takasaki didn't know anything about Kosaka, so she asked Shirahani about her, and then...
そうですか
I see. Sister Besque clasps my hand and whispers a thank you into my ear.
事情はわかりました。お互いに少しの行き違いからことが大きくなってしまった。ですから、互いに許し合いましょう。
I understand. A little misunderstanding got blown out of proportion, so why don't you both apologize to one another?
許すも何も私には意味がわかりません。
I don't see what I had to apologize for.
あなたね。
You! Apologize? Habishi's on the verge of exploding with anger again, but a commanding voice causes the two of them to straighten up. The best great looms over them, clearly not about to take no for an answer.
声を荒げて悪かったわ。
I'm sorry for shouting.
いえ、私も。
Me too. Each of them faintly offers their own hollow apology.
寛容は美徳です。許すということは人にしかできません。
Tolerance is a virtue. The capacity for forgiveness is a uniquely human trait. Just to get a good photo. Nibesque starts lecturing in a sing-song voice, a hand to her chest. She seems to think it's over and done with, but...
尾を引きそうだな、こいつは。
That one's the type to keep poking a wound. It's not like either of their apologies had been sincere. Not Takasaki's nor the president's. I can tell that the embers are still smoldering among our classmates too, even if there's any trace of it is faint now. The only one who doesn't realize is their Basque, still moralizing obliviously.
お互いに許し合いましたが、聖堂内でのいさかいには罰を与えなければなりません。
Now you both apologize, but I must issue a punishment for quarreling in the chapel.
罰ですか？
A punishment?
あまりひどい罰は。
Nothing too terrible, I hope.
花火師さんは今日から1週間の間、私と共に温室での作業を手伝ってもらいます。
Miss Ambishi will help me out in the greenhouse for the next week. The Sasaki twins let out exaggerated sighs of relief at the unexpectedly lenient punishment. least they seem to understand that all this started because of them.
そして高崎さんにはそうね、そうだわ、飼育係をしてもらおうかしら。
And Miss Takasaki will... Yes, that's right, you'll help with the animals.
飼育係ですか？何を？
The animals? What animals?
知っているかしら。温室の少し外れにウサギ小屋があるのを。
You may already know from watching past episodes, but there's a rabbit pen a little ways from the greenhouse.
はい、学院の案内で。
Yes, I saw it when I was shown around the school.
そう、少し前に子ウサギが生まれたそうなの。生まれてすぐの動物は間違いが起こりやすいから面倒見てほしいのよ。
That's it. It seems that we recently welcomed some baby bunnies. Animals are at the most vulnerable right after birth, so I like for you to take care of them.
わかりました。
I understand. Reluctance is plainly written on her face. I can't help but giggle, and my gaze meets Sister Basquate's.
アミティエなのだから八重垣さんも高崎さんと一緒に面倒を見てくださいね。
And since you are our Amitae partner, Miss Yagaki, you will join Miss Takasaki in looking after them.
え？
That's the face right there. This is totally out of left field, and for a moment, I'm really taken aback. I look between Takasaki and Sister Basquate.
おい、冗談だろ。
You've got to be kidding me. If we have joint liability by virtue of being Amate partners, then why doesn't Shirahane have to take care of the president's punishment along with her? Although maybe it's better if I play up the fact that I'm confined to a wheelchair and can't really help out with much. My Amate partner has come over to stand beside me at some point, her expression despondent. Shirahane's eyes are swollen. The Sasaki sisters are watching us restlessly. I glance at the president, whose braids are still bristling with anger. My shoulders slump as I swallow my words.
ね
Hey.
え、なんだ。
What?
怒鳴られたわ。
She shouted at me. My Amate partner's got her hand cocked to one side. She still doesn't understand.
そりゃそうだ。
She sure did.
なんでよ。
Why?
あのな、いきなり急所を殴られたら、ガンジーだって反射的に殴り返すだろうがよ。
Well, even Gandhi'd probably hit you back if you suddenly socked him in his sore spot. Or dropped a nuke if he was a nuclear Gandhi. Your choice.
殴ってないわ。
I didn't hit her.
心の急所だよ。気づけバカ。
I mean her heart. Take the hint, idiot. Despite my attempt to explain it in plain terms, she still doesn't seem satisfied.
大変ですね。
That was rough. One of the Sasaki sisters, overhearing our conversation, expresses her sympathy. I'm honestly grateful to an extent that surprises even me.
嬉しいよ。ハグしてくれ。
Thanks. Give me a hug. She blinks at my unexpected banter, then hugs me tightly as though in consolation. Ooh. Water.
水って、水を持ってこいって意味か。
Water? You want me to bring you some water?
それ以外にどう聞こえるの？
Well, that's what I mean. She fires back at me coldly.
こんなにウサギの世話が面倒だとは思わなかったよ。
I didn't think taking care of rabbits would be such a pain. I mutter under my breath. 1 week earlier. And since you are her Amate partner, Miss Igaki, you will join Miss Takasaki in looking after them. On Sister Basquate's orders, I had ended up taking care of the newborn bunnies.
Hurry
up and bring it. Takasaki's arms are laden with hay to feed them. She gestures with her chin toward the table, located halfway between a rabbit pen and a greenhouse. I pull a face at the dirt track. It's tough going for the rubber wheels of my chair.
それぞれ役割ってのがあるだろ。私は頭、お前は手足だ。
We both have our roles. I'm the brains and you're the brawn.
暑さで頭がダメになったの？
And have those brains of yours been fried in the heat?
水を汲んだじょうろをどうやって持ってくるんだよ。膝の上に乗せてか。制服が濡れちまうよ。
But how am I supposed to bring the watering can back once it's full? On my knees? My uniform will get soaked.
あなた。
You. He's about to say something but merely sighs.
本当に役立たずね。
You're no use at all. He spits out the words and puts down the hay, picks up the watering can, and stalks off to go fill it. Meanwhile, I pick up the bundle of hay left beside the entrance, open the door, and offer it to the mother rabbit. She stares up at me curiously.
ま、クラスメイトの連中が用もないのに遊びに来るくらいには愛らしいか。
Well, I suppose it's sweet that my classmates come and play with you, even if they don't have to. In addition to the Saki sisters and Shirahane, some of our other classmates come to play with the rabbits under the guise of magnanimity. They don't do too much to help out, but it does seem like they at least feed them their hay.
なんだか寝ている以外はずっと食べてる感じだよな。
I get the feeling that when you're not sleeping, you're eating. I can't help but smile at the sight of the rabbits munching eagerly on the hay. All of a sudden, the adult rabbits shrink back in surprise.
なんだよ。取って食おうってわけじゃないぞ。
What is it? I'm not gonna eat you. They stopped eating and are eyeing me warily, perhaps fearful of that smile that people will tell me resembles a cat's. Looking at these guys really is.
佐々木姉妹や白羽あたりが適任だと思うんだけどな。
I guess Shirahane and the Sasakis are way more suited to it than me. In a week since we were ordered to take care of the rabbits, my classmates, the Sasaki sisters and Shirahane, have come to see us most days.
委員長は来やしなかったが。
Although Press has never joined them. Perhaps it's still hard for her to show her face after that quarrel with Takasaki. You know, Shirahane is happy too. And not just while we were here at the rabbits that she's been avoiding her. It's the same in all areas of school life. She's gallantly doing everything she can for the other new transfer students, but not Takasaki. It seems that right now both of them have simply decided not to get involved with the other.
まあ、なるようにしかならないよな。
Well, things will take their own course. The moon class is becoming slightly uncomfortable. If things get too bad, I can just stop bothering to attend. That'd be no great loss on my end.
どいて。
Move! That one word descends on me like a slosh of ice water, and I hunch my shoulders and move away from the door to the pen.
逃げ出さないよう見張っていてよ。
Keep watch so they don't escape. Before I can even answer, she's gone through the wooden door and inside. She obviously thinks that with the door left open, the rabbits might make a break for it. Once she's done pouring the water from the full can into the drinking bowl, the rabbits crowd around and start sipping from it eagerly.
ウサギって水を飲んだら死ぬって噂があったよな。
There's a rumor that rabbits die from drinking water.
そうなの？こんなに美味しそうに飲んでいるじゃない。
Really? They seem awfully into it, though.
いや、野菜の水分だけで十分だとかなんとか。実際買わなくちゃわからないことってあるよな。
It's something about there being enough water content in vegetables already. I suppose there are some things you don't know until you have pets of your own. Maybe it depends on the season, but it seems like they do need more water than I thought. I watch the rabbits lap at it with their little tongues.
それと、ちょっと前に寂しいと死ぬみたいな話もあったよな。
Kind of related, but I heard something about them dying of loneliness too.
待って。
Wait. She grinces at my words and steps outside and picks up the book she left in the wheelbarrow and flips through the pages.
ほう、なんだ、自分ノートですか？
Oh, what's this, your personal notebook?
あなた、目も悪かったのね。
So your eyes don't work either. After this curt response, all I can hear for a while is the whisper of the pages being turned.
寂しいと死ぬだなんて書いてないじゃない。
Doesn't say anything about them dying of loneliness.
多分専門書には書いてないと思うぜ。
I don't think you'll find that in a textbook. We've taken on this job reluctantly. Well, at least I had. I thought Takasaki had felt the same, but... Unexpectedly, my Amitae partner has dug up a textbook on rabbit care from the library and has really thrown herself into the task of caring for them.
しかし、うちの学院にその手の本置いてあったんだな。確かに実用書の類もあったけど、もっと硬いやつばっかりだったしさ。
Still, it's surprising the Academy had a book on it. I know they got plenty of manuals, but I thought they were all on more serious topics.
探すのにかなり手間がかかったわ。白羽さんも一緒でないと、もっと時間がかかったでしょうね。
It took me a while to find it, and it would have taken longer if Shirahane-san hasn't helped. Shirahane-san hadn't helped. I can say the words right. Takasaki's eyes are still glued to the page.
白羽に探すのを手伝ってもらったのかよ。
What? You got Shirahane to help you? I suddenly screeched this out.
言っている意味がわからないわ。白羽さんは図書委員なのでしょ。なら、図書のピックアップを手伝うのは仕事のうちじゃない。
I don't understand the problem. Shirahane-san is the library counselor, isn't she? It's her job to help people find books.
空気が読めないやつってのは得だよな。
So it pays not to be able to read the mood.
何？
What?
いいや、白羽に頼んだのなら合点がいったよ。
Nothing. I can understand why you'd ask Shirahane. My bookworm bride is like the sprite of the library. I bet she can find books in there that are like needles in a haystack to anyone else.
まだ自分ではご飯は食べられないのね。
They still can't eat by themselves yet. Takasaki goes back into the pen with the book. In the flow of conversation, I take it she's observing the baby bunnies. She turns those irritated eyes of hers on the objects of her care.
もしかして。
Could it be that?
この専門書が正しいのなら、今は生後10日あたりね。毛は生え揃い、ウサギらしくなってくる。
If this textbook is correct, they're about 10 days old now. They've grown fur and they're starting to look like rabbits. I post any questions at her weird turn of phrase, though I have half an urge to ask her what the hell a rabbit that doesn't look like a rabbit actually looks like.
ま、確かに生まれたばかりはネズミの赤ちゃんかと思ったしな。
Yeah, when they were first born, I thought they were like baby mice or something. I think the end of the end card had a joke about that last episode.
ネズミ？あなた字も読めないの？
Mice? Can you not read either? She thrust a book at me, her eyes serious despite my banter.
ここにそう書いてあるでしょ。
It's written right here.
近いって。
Hey, you're really in my personal space here. She leans over the book half open, glaring as she points to a section headed Growth Stages. At this proximity, I send the peaches, her delicate clavicle, and her defenseless chest are...
ねえ、話聞いているの？
Hey, are you listening?
聞いてるよ。暑いから離れろ。
I'm listening. Step back, would you? It's too hot. She steps back with a frown. I'm broken out in a strange sweat. As I cough to recover myself and dress Takasaki, she shuts the book.
それで、あとどれくらい世話をすればいいんだ？
So how long do we need to take care of them?
どれくらいとは？
What do you mean?
いや、だからさ、ずっと世話するわけじゃないだろ。
Well, it's not like we're going to be responsible for them forever, isn't it? Don't look so confused.
バスキや教諭が言ってただろ。生まれてすぐの動物は間違いが起こりやすいから面倒を見てほしいのよってさ。
Remember, Sister Basque said that newborn animals are vulnerable, so she wants us to keep an eye on them.
だからある程度生体ってのか、手がかからなくなるくらいに成長したら世話しなくてもいいんじゃねえの。
And now you're saying they developed somewhat? Surely you won't have to be responsible for them once they've grown enough that they no longer need care. She nods and flips through the pages again.
離乳期はおおよそ1ヶ月くらいだそうよ。
It seems their weaning period is about 1 month.
1ヶ月か。そりゃ。
1 month, huh? Then... My first instinct is to say something cruel, but...
ものによれば生体になるまで半年くらいかかるやつもあるか。
I guess some creatures take up to half a year to mature. Think of it that way, I figure I'm prepared to put up with just 1 month of it.
まあ世話をするって言っても餌やりと水替えと掃除くらいだし面倒はないか。
Well, caring for them only means feeding them, changing the water, cleaning the pen, so I guess not that much of a pain.
病気も気をつけなくちゃいけないわ。
We have to make sure they don't get sick, too.
ウサギも病気とかするのかよ。中耳炎になったりとか。立派な耳してるもんな。
Rabbits get sick? Like ear infections or something? They do have lovely ears. Takasaki won't go along with my jokes and just continues flipping through the book.
有名なところでは不正交合と毛球症があるそうよ。
The most well-known problems seem to be malocclusion and fur balls.
有名って言っても飼ってないんだから聞いたことないっつうの。
You say they're well-known, but how would anyone have a clue if they never kept rabbits before?
ウサギの歯はずっと伸び続けるのよ。だからかじるものを用意してあげないと噛み合わせが悪くなるのだって。
Their teeth are always growing, so if you don't give them something to gnaw on, their bite can get out of alignment.
へえ、サメみたいだな。
Huh? Like sharks? Like mice, or how about anything else with large front teeth, Erica? Like beavers?
あれは生え変わるのよ。
They lose and regrow theirs. She responds conscientiously, then moves on to the next page.
毛球症は毛づくろいした時に自分の毛を飲んでしまうことによって起こるの。
Hairballs occur when they consume their own fur while grooming.
毛の塊が胃の出口を塞いでしまい、お腹を壊すだけでなく、様々な疾患の原因となってしまうらしいわ。
The clumps of hair block the exit to the stomach and cause not only intestinal problems, but can also lead to various other diseases.
ああ、なんか前に見たことがあるな。確か猫とかがそうじゃなかったっけ。
Oh, I've seen that before. Don't cats do the same thing?
猫は毛を自分で吐き出せるわ。あなた、微妙にずれた覚え方をしているのね。
Cats cough up their fur balls themselves. You always get things slightly off.
興味ないことはなるべく脳のストックに入れたくないんだよ。もともと動物とは相性が悪い。
I don't want to clutter my brain with things I have no interest in. I don't get along with animals to start with. I flash her a grin and she regards me distrustfully, just like the rabbits.
不正交合は硬いものを、毛球症は食物繊維が多いものを与えればいいと書いてあるわ。どちらも干し草でいいらしいけど。
It says it gives them something hard to chew on to sort out teeth problems, and something high in fiber for the fur balls. Hay seems like it covers both bases.
他にも鼻風邪や目の病気も気をつけた方が良さそうね。
We should also be on the lookout for colds and eye issues. This is about to comment on her attentiveness. Achoo! I hear a sneeze that seems almost orchestrated, and I stare at the rabbits whose ears are pointing straight up in surprise.
遊びに来ましたですよ。
We've come to play. I hear a familiar voice that knows the Sasaki sisters waving to me.
お前ら、手伝いに来たっていう建前を言うのはやめたんだな。
You guys, Guess you started pretending that you're here to lend a hand.
そんなことないよ。お手伝いに。
Not at all. We were coming to... Achoo!
おい、今さら花粉症か？ウサギに移すなよ。
Hey, is that hay fever? Don't pass on to the rabbits.
花粉症は移らないよ。
Hay fever isn't contagious.
いちごねえなら頑張れば悪いわ。
If Ichiko puts her mind to it, I'm sure it's possible.
困るわ。
That wouldn't be good. The sisters hurriedly flapped their hands at Takasaki's distinctly unamused look. Actually, the younger one's laughing.
ま、手伝ってくれるなら構わないけどな。
Well, I don't mind if you're here to help. See my bookworm buddies smile gently at me. Recently having been dragged along here by the twins, I scratch an eyebrow. An eyebrow, blah. Good thing we're at a pause point. We're going to die, you're going to die, I'm going to die, we're all going to die. Memento mori. So I couldn't help it. But either way, I'm ending the episode here. I hope you have fun, and I'll see you on the next one. See you then.